気で相手してあげるわ。
なあなあ、その美味しそうなの私にもくれよ。真の美しさと強さはしっかりした食事から。トリックオアトリート。トリックオアトリート。
So I'm sure most of you guys are aware now, the Halloween units, Noel and Charmy, are releasing in about 4 days time. Damn, how time goes by very fast on Global, but as we know, Global is going to be pretty much throwing banners at you very, very consistently, so it's going to be a tough one, but it's fine, we'll get through it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go through the characters. We're going to start things off with Noel. She is going to be, I'm just going to say it, she is going to be the unit which everyone's going to be going for, essentially. Especially if you can get it for free, through the gateway, of course. Charmy is good, but Noel, she's her. As per usual, who would have thought it? Season 2 Noel comes along, she's her. Season 4/5 Noel comes along, she's her. So there's that. Now with this Noel, her first skill, it is single target, extends debuff duration by 1 turn, not too bad. But the key play from this Noel is that she is taking away the opposing enemy's SP so consistently that she is that broken because of it. So on the first skill, she's taking away -1 SP, duping it out just does a little bit of damage, you don't really need to concern yourself with that. That's the first skill. Second skill, it is also single target, inflicts a magic attack reduction level 3 on the enemy for 2 turns, beautiful. She inflicts taunt, which is exactly what you want. And on top of that, all of the enemies get a -1 on their SP. If you apply the Greymore, then you can stop block HP recovery. That's just a bit of a bonus, I would say. So, second skill is phenomenal for Noel. Her ultimate, it's single target. This time around, she's taking away 3 SP, removes all buffs if the enemy has any. Not only that, she inflicts a weapon disarm level 3, which damage is reduced by 34%. So that's pretty much the skill across the board on how Noel is working. And again, the key function of this character is that she's taken away just a lot of SP. It's disgusting. Alright, so again, she's a debuffer. Debuffers are basically known to kind of hinder the enemy's team, and this Noel is doing it in a way where, let's just say, getting your ultimate, it's going to be an absolute pain. So going over to the combination attack, just removes barrier. I mean, that's a bit of a bonus, I'd say. But the passives, this is where things truly do kick off. So her unique passive, when you get to LR of course, at the start of the battle inflicts a 40% reduced damage dealt debuff on the attacker class enemies for 1 turn. This is huge, because they're essentially the enemy's attackers, or just attackers in general, first turn, it's a waste to go all in at that point, because you're losing out on that 40%. So this is one of the big plays of Noel. Not only is she removing the SPs and obviously reducing damage as well as magic attack and whatnot, but straight away on first turn, you're losing out on that 40% for the attacking class. So there's that. Now, when it comes to duping her out, is it worth it? In my opinion, it is. But LR+2 at the start of the wave inflicts a 30% increased damage taken debuff on all enemies. I actually went out of my way to get copies of her like a couple of months after. That's how good she was. I was just like, I'm missing out and I need to get copies of her. So I got my initial copy when she initially came out, and then a couple of months after, when a pickup banner came around where I could pick my unit, I went straight for her and I got dupes of her. I'm trying to get my last copy of her so that way at LR+5, at the start of the wave, inflicts a 30% increased damage taken debuff on all enemies. When attacked, removes a continuous HP recovery buff from all enemies. So when it comes to that healing factor of things, it's beautiful. We love that. So overall, enemies attacking units are doing less damage, you're doing more damage, and she's taking away the enemy's SP. So good luck on getting that ultimate. Now, when it comes to the Greymore itself, if you can max out this Greymore, this is by far one of the best Greymores in the game. If you can max it out, congratulations. Upon taking damage, there is a 20%, but if you max it out, it goes to 100%, chance to inflict a SP +1 debuff on all enemies. So basically, you want her to get hit. You want Noelle to get hit. Because the more she gets hit, the more she's taking away their SP, and this is for every single enemy. So if the enemies have AoE characters coming around, and this Noelle is getting hit because it's AoE, that's a -1 SP on all of their teammates. It's so broken, this Greymore, and as we just spoken about how it helps out on the second skill. So yeah, this Greymore, it truly is absolutely broken when it comes to reducing SP. So that's the Noelle. She is going to be a fantastic character for Global. This is my current Noelle build, but I wouldn't say this is the best build for her. Now, obviously, with the accessory side of things, I mean, make sure you got the defense up. I mean, of course, with the others, it doesn't really matter if you have crit rate and crit damage and whatnot. But when it comes to the substats for accessories as well as gears themselves, you want to focus on obviously defense, damage resistance, what else? Toughness, crit resistance, of course. Just basically all on the defensive side, because at the end of the day, you want Noelle to be an absolute unit, an absolute tank, so she can stay there and keep hindering the enemy. Not only that, you want the enemy to also to attack her, so that way the consistency of that SP loss, it's just going to make it unbearable for the enemy to ever get their ultimate or even the combination skill. So you want to build Noelle in the most tankiest way possible. So also, yeah, if you guys don't want to give her HP, you can do so. So this is kind of what I've got going on with her. So of course I wanted to give her speed as well as do a little bit of a damage, but more importantly, we're making sure, obviously with this too, I also wanted to make sure that I was getting some defense going on. Now, what you guys can do, so what most people will do with debuffers is they'll double up on their speed. So you get a gold set of the speed itself, and then you'll double up on the non-gold set of speed, of course. So again, this is kind of like the most casual play for debuffers, because I mean, you want them to come in first and whatnot. But with Noelle, like I said, make her a little bit tougher, and that is a bit of a hint to where I'm going with my next kit, and that is you run. That is not the correct one, Jesus Christ. Boom, boom, and then boom. Okay, so what you guys can do, if you choose to, you run a full set of the gold set of defense. That's a full set, so 4, right? And then you can also then apply, I don't think I've got the, I don't have it, which is basically this. I don't know if Global should have this, right? The toughness gear set, I'm confident saying Global should have this. Let me double, yeah, they should have this. Alright, so Global does have this. Now, this is a long shot, because obviously to get these specific gear sets, you need these materials. And as you guys can see, by running a 4 set of the gold defense, and then you have yourself 2 sets of these gear sets, you get that 4% fortify. So it's just that little bit more tankiness from her. I mean, if you are able to get this, you can run 2 defense, 2 bonus of this set right here to give you that 4% fortify, and then you can add on 2 speed if you want to go about that route. I mean, also you can resort to going 4 on the defense and then 2 on the speed, if that's something you just kind of want to go for, of course. But yeah, there is play around room with the Noelle itself, but obviously you just want to make a unit to absorb a lot, to stay around, so that way she can keep causing problems and issues for the enemy team. Yep, so with the talent tree, it's pretty much going to be magic attack and battle frenzy is what I typically went with. Defense, I just kept it as that 20%, and then of course endurance, because again, you want her to absorb a lot, a ton. And then obviously with the support side of things, I just kept it with that damage resistance plus 10%, and then just making sure swiftness is also there. I don't know how that's going to play out if you run into a Noelle herself, because then at that point, wouldn't Mage Blessing be just, well, no, RNG play on that one. So yeah, I mean, just keep it at swiftness, to be honest. That might be your best bet, but yeah, that's yeah, fairly simple. Now, when it comes to Noelle's skill page as alternatives, this is a pretty interesting one. Wait, does Yuno's one fit well? Nah, that works from silence. We don't care about that. So for the longest, I was actually utilizing Nozelle's one because it was like 30. No, sorry, what am I on about? What? It was 80% complete. I basically need one more copy and then it's maxed out. But with Noelle's Greymore, upon taking damage, has a 20%, if you max it out, 40% chance of applying a reduced SP point to the attacker. So this was a pretty nice fill-in. I mean, yeah, the RNG rate was kind of not exactly the best compared to Noelle's, but I mean, it was doing, you know, the job on reducing the enemy's SP. Now again, with my Greymore, it's at 36%, so that's kind of what I was dealing with. I got very lucky in pulling Noelle's Greymore that many times, where I was like, right, this is going to be a nice little fill-in for now for Noelle. So, I mean, if you've got it, you can throw it in there. 20% is what it starts off from. If you've got dupes on it, not too bad. Still got that RNG play going on, but at the end of the day, if you get lucky, yeah, you could reduce 1 SP from the attacking unit that's attacking Noelle, which is something, again, what you want. So this is a nice little fill-in if you want, if you want to go down that route. What you want to go for is, where is it? It's the necklace, the Moonlight Necklace, boys. So again, you want to build her up, because again, if you're not working off from the Greymore to reduce the SP, you want to keep her around as long as possible to hinder the enemy, as I've said many times, get that defense up. Now, I will say, this ain't bad. Has a 5 to 10% increased damage resistance to self, and then obviously has a chance to inflict taunt on the enemy for 1 turn if they have a debuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure this Greymore was given out for free on Global, right, through the event. So, I'm pretty sure. Right? I'm not tripping, am I? Oh god. And it shows up on the glossary, so I assume Global has this, but I mean, yeah, if you've got this, throw that on her. Like, even by making her a tank, I mean, it benefits your team too, because it kind of makes her that she's kind of like the focal point. And then the last Greymore, is it Silent Stone? Yeah, so applies a 30 to 50% increased defense and 10% increased endurance to yourself. This is a nice little one that you can resort to if you are kind of lacking the high rarity ones, which I just spoke about. So if you've got Silent Stone and you've got enough to kind of max it out, yeah, this is a really, really good one for Noelle if you want to go down that route. So yeah, that's pretty much the build on when it comes to Noelle herself. She is going to be one of the best units in the one of the best units in the game for Global when she does drop, so that's going to be fantastic. To my whales, good luck. Get some copies on her. She's a fantastic. If you can, again, if you can get that Greymore duped out, my god, it's going to be an absolute treat. But anyway, that's Noelle in a nutshell. We'll look at Charmy in, well, next. I'll get that video uploaded for you guys as soon as possible. But when it comes to building Noelle, that's pretty much what we're working with. So get to building, good luck, and yeah, we'll see what Charmy's looking like.